Okay, now we're getting down to you. What is it that you make or you want to make? This is Module 5, Chapters 9, 10, and 11. So you want to really break down what it is that you make. We're going to have worksheets to work on that and check that out and dive into that. Chapter 10 would be who might want or need it. You got to figure out who's going to want to get a hold of your thing or your service and pay you for it. That's like obviously the end goal if you want to make a living at this. And then Chapter 11, research and feedback. So these are 3 chapters that are diving into what it is that you make. And these are the beginning processes of discerning and figuring out how best to create your product in a way that is going to go somewhere, and then being able to research and get feedback and learn from it. So we really want to figure out what it is that we make if you don't already know. So you break it down, and you want to have something that's reasonable, if not high quality. This is in page 2, chapter 9. It's a summary down in the lower third of the page there. It should serve someone's needs, desires, or wants. This seems really basic and obvious, but we're just putting it out there. It should be presented in a professional manner. It doesn't have to be necessarily, especially if you have an online product, because all kinds of goofy, straight crazy stuff is being offered online, and some people are doing quite well with that. But generally speaking, you want to be able to present yourself in a somewhat professional manner. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without being able to speak fairly well and sort of feel, express myself in a somewhat professional manner. But I'm also a little weird and goofy, so I think it maybe that helps a little. I don't know, but so it should be presented in a professional manner. It should stand out from the competition in some way. It needs to stand out if at all possible. If no one else has ever done it or isn't doing it, it's a brand new thing. That's great. That makes that easy. But if you're trying to be another plumber or another painter, there are, the starving artist phrase is very real. There's a lot of folks that love to create and paint. There's very few that make a living at it, though it's easier now with online platforms which you can research and find out if that's what you want to do. We're going to talk about social media and also the other opportunities online to sell. Just like this course is on a little store that I set up. My nephew set this up for me. God bless him, Corey Haynes, and because I'm too dumb and too old to figure this stuff out. But I got a little bit of a sense of it. But I've done it and I know how it works enough to be able to make it go. So that's these videos I'm putting together, and having written the book on Canva. Again, that's a free platform. So it should stand out from your competition, and it should be priced correctly. Well, correctly is a term, is a definition of something that would be developed through some research and doing a little market research, maybe just from family and friends initially, or you can look at the competition out there and what they're already charging. So you can go ahead and do that. Okay, and it should be priced correctly, and that's something that's figured out kind of as you go, or you can figure that out from looking at your competition. And again, there's only one of you out there that's doing what you do, that knows what you do, what you're doing, the way you're doing it. You're unique, you're one of a kind. There's no other one like you. So, we are kind of one of a kind. We're one-offs. There's only one of us and stuff. So there's a unique aspect to your thing or your service that has to do with your uniqueness. Yourself, okay? So what do you make? So we're trying to figure that out, right? So the next page is going to be a little worksheet that helps you dig into that a little bit, defining it more clearly. But notice the mental reaction of doing these worksheets, these exercises. Just filling out the form. Do you have any reluctance to follow through and do these things, do these little worksheets? Because it's amazing. I just didn't like doing worksheets. It seems sort of hokey and kind of weird. So I kind of have a rebellious spirit, I think, when it comes to submitting to authority or something. I don't know, but I just so I can relate it if you're like, oh, another worksheet. But I'm just sharing what it's been my experience for me, because I just want to kind of go all the way to the end and be done. My patience is not so good. But I'm telling you, if you fill out these worksheets, you're going to be a happier camper, and you're going to actually get more mileage out of your investment. All right. So chapter 9, worksheet number 12, it looks like. So what is it that you have? What is it? What's your thing or your service? Write it clearly and distinctly. And I write a sample of what that might be by writing out what I say. My sample is: I design and build sand sculptures using just sand and water to represent any design theme, topic, or client preferred concept prior to or during special events. They can be created at shopping malls, fairs, festivals, conventions, special events, and theme parties. So there's something called an elevator pitch, and that's basically where you just try to tell people what it is you do in an elevator, because the elevator just has a few seconds and you get to your floor. So it's like, we can go on and on. I'm very good at that, as you can see, but these these videos of talking and going on and on. But you try to get a simple explanation of what it is you do with your thing. What is it that you make, or what is the service you provide, and including the wonderful benefits others have or get from that thing or service. Okay, so write that down. Chapter 9, worksheet 12. Fill that out, and then the second part of that, the what is it, and there's another part, why. Why would they want or need it? So that's the second example of what it is that you have, and why would people want to buy it. So check that out, and then there's another page for notes if you need it. So chapter 9 continued. This would be page I don't know what it's coming up, but it's just continuing through chapter 9. What did you discover by filling out the what and why worksheet? And then there you go, there's the star again. Was it hard to clearly describe what you make, do, or create? And what about the why question? Being able to explain it efficiently. It's called the elevator pitch, as it's written here. You want to be able to explain it fairly simply so people can understand what it is. And it's part of the sales process. Yes, we need to become good salespeople. If we don't understand what that means and we don't embrace that, then we're going to make our jobs harder. And basically what it is really enthusiastically just sharing your passion for something. And there's tons of courses online you can take about sales, becoming a better salesperson. So I took some of those back in the day, and I've learned a lot from them. But recently I just found that the best thing is just to be honest and sincere, and then speak with authority about what it is that you have and why it is valuable. And for me, it's easier now because I've been doing this for many, many years, so I have a good deal of confidence in what I know what to do. I know how to do it, and I've been around the block with this faux rock stuff and sand sculpture for decades, so I have no problem speaking well about it and with a sense of authority. So that doesn't happen right off the bat when you're just beginning, but understanding sales is an important thing to get good at. So train yourself, read about it, sign up for courses and sales programs, and just watch videos. You can probably watch free videos online and learn a bunch. So just hit that hard and you'll be getting it dialed in. You want to be able to look at this as though you're giving something of value, you're blessing others. If you come from that place, which is more here than here, people appreciate it and they can sense it. They may not buy your thing right away, but they sense that you're coming from a good place. You're not just trying to get your hand in their wallet and get money from them. Okay, so I think if you come from that place in your spirit, you're going to be able to get more effective and positive results when it comes to selling. Okay, and this is also not a bad word. It's okay. So is it reasonable if not high quality? Does it serve someone's needs, desires, or wants? Is it presented in a professional manner? This is your thing or your service. Does it stand out from the competition in some way? Is it priced correctly? All right, so we break that down. Worksheet number 13, fill this out and answer the questions, right? Okay, is it reasonable or if not high quality? Oh, is it or isn't it? You ponder through this stuff and get it down on this piece of paper. We have to take this elephant that we're trying to get going, and you eat an elephant a bite at a time, which sounds kind of gross in a way. Gosh. So anyways, that's number one. Number two, it should serve others' needs, wants, and you can move through these worksheets. It goes through all of them to worksheet 14. Answer the questions and then think about what you need to adjust or change by your answers. And I've got notes on this stuff about there. The stars down at the bottom, notes to remember on success and failure. All right, so we go into that in a later chapter. Extra notes there for you, and remember, the little mini posters, get those on the walls. I'm telling you, it's a good thing. They're really a good place to go. So now I'm moving to chapter 10. Again, the video you can stop and start anytime you want and take a break, go to the bathroom, whatever, get a snack. So chapter 10, who might want or need your thing or service? The who is it? Imagination. I've noticed how I can quickly imagine my business a few years in the future with people clamoring to buy my item, idea, or service, and then in the process not think clearly about current steps and strategies I need to take now to then hopefully have the success I imagine. I might overspend on inventory or advertising ahead of what is actually needed, thus draining my capital reserves and leaving me more squeezed and stressed out financially, or not being aware of the need to improve my thing or even stop and have a reassess things, okay? Different categories here to give you ideas of the things that you can do: entertainment, beautiful creations, wonderful experiences if you're doing a service, or problems that need to be solved. These are things you can create and turn into a business. Okay, demographics, where is it? What's the age, income level? Who are the people that would want it? People are educated? Social media platforms to use, what would that be about? So we'll dial it in worksheet 15, which is breaking down the who. All right, who would want it? You go through this worksheet and ask all these questions, and if you fill it out, you're going to get a better idea who your customer is or your potential customer. If you keep it too broad of a thing, then you're trying to shoot. I heard one of the guys I was talking to, it's like you're trying to fish in the ocean as opposed to fish in a stream with a specific type of trout that you want to get that prefers a specific type of lure. So it's very important to break down who it is that would want your thing, all right? You've got the notes pages to follow. Chapter 11, research, getting feedback and learning, okay? Chapter 11, research, getting feedback and learning. We got to keep nimble, and we've got to be able to adjust and adapt to market circumstances, life circumstances, of course, that roll down the pike towards us, and listen. So pay attention to what's going on. Ask questions of your customers. How can I improve on that item? Did you have a good experience? What would have made it better? I do that with my products online. I ask people, what do they think? What can I do to make it better? Please let me know. And that's true for this course too. You can let me know. Any feedback you have would be great. And so this is again chapter 11, research, getting feedback and learning, okay? Data, information gathering, right? The bottom of that page is the star again. It says important. Remember, it's very easy to become discouraged, deflated, and defeated in our thinking. We can quickly see what others are doing or have done and start comparing ourselves with them. They can appear so far ahead of us that we get blown out of the water emotionally. Thoughts sneak in, telling us we can't possibly be like them, succeed like them, or achieve like them. This is again this is again our own minds. We need to control and direct, putting us in the wrong thinking direction, of course, and you can read more of the rest of it there. So you gotta control this bad boy up here. You can just sink your own ship all up here, when in fact you may be just at the precipice or at the verge of a great success. You're almost got to the mountaintop, and then you go and you blow it out of the water because you got sucked into someone's attitude or vibe, or you're comparing yourself to others, or you have the imposter syndrome sneaking in, which means you think you can't possibly succeed, you're not worth it, you're not that smart, and that's an imposter syndrome kind of thing. And I remember doing that myself. So even though you're starting off at the beginning, especially, there's no reason why you don't have every right to succeed as much as anybody else. There just isn't any reason. Now, you've got to have a good product. It has to be made well, it has to be good value, priced right, and that people have to have a need for it or a desire for that product or experience. So it has to be a benefit to your customers or your clients, okay? But as far as not being equipped or not professional enough, or I'm not as good as that guy, you just got to go, no, I'm not going to listen to that. Sorry, that's just noise. I'm going to quiet that down in my head and move forward. All right, so you get that internal battle. So chapter 11, you keep working through that, and you can get some ideas on that more thoroughly. Anyway, the next worksheet following in your content there is the research questions. What do they like about your service or your item? What don't they like? How can it be improved or made better? Does the price seem correct or appropriate? So you got to keep nailing those thoughts down. Keep working. You're refining your product and service and making things better, okay? So fill out the worksheets. Again, we're accumulating this all the way through. Don't forget to get that 3-ring binder if you haven't already, and keep track of what's going on during this course. Get more value out of it, easy to retrieve, go right to it. See what you were saying. You can review it in a few months too after you've started down this road and you're continuing that journey. All right, so we will move on to Module 6 next, and I hope you're having fun. I'm having fun talking about this stuff. I think it's the coolest thing ever. I mean, I love starting businesses and creating things for folks. It's just the darndest thing ever, and then having happy customers, it's such a bonus. Anyway, so, all right, gang, we will move on to Module 6 next.